Well, I'm proud of it, but my attention is already in the next match. I mean, obviously quarterfinals, Kachanov. I know what my goal is here, so I'm trying to stay mentally the course and, of course, not look too far. But obviously, the performance of today gives me a great deal of confidence about how I felt, about how I played. So I'm looking forward to a next match.
Novak, have there been times in your career where you looked past an opponent, whether Roger or Rafa was looming somewhere in the draw, and in addition to that, what have you learned about how not to do that?
Well, you always follow the top guys, you know, in your half or whatever, how they're playing. Of course, you are looking, you're analyzing everyone's game. You are basically following what's going on in the draw. But most of the attention is obviously focused on you, on what you need to deliver on the court, how you need to perform, and how you need to win the next match. It's only about the next step. But of course, I do keep in mind what the others are doing as well.
Novak, over here, you mentioned the other day that the crowd isn't always respectful here. Just wondered on your take on crowd watch today.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Don't, please. I said that the majority of the crowd is fine. They come, they enjoy tennis, they're respectful, they support either of the two players, but there are some individuals that create some issues. But I didn't say that the crowd is disrespectful. It's not true.
How about today? What was your feeling on them today?
I thought they were great, especially in the end. I mean, they gave me a very nice chanting and support, and you know, as a player, you always want to receive that love from the crowd, and of course, I felt great, and I thanked them in the interview.
Novak, Rafa announced a day or two that he had surgery. He may not be back for another 5 months. What is your reaction to that? And I presume you'd be like to see him back in 2024 as soon as possible.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was his birthday yesterday, and he announced that he got a surgery. So, of course, I got one surgery in my career on the elbow, and I know how hard it is to get back. And it's just one of those things that you don't want any athlete to go through. Sometimes I guess it's necessary, and for him it's been several times now throughout his career. I mean, I don't know what the severity of or the nature of his injury is, but you know, if he got on a surgery table, it means it was no other solution. So you know, I really hope that, yeah, his rehabilitation process can go well, and that we can see him next season. You know, I think he's so important for our game on and off the court. One of the greatest legends of tennis in the history of the game. So we want to see healthy Rafa, no question about it, playing for what he has announced his last season, and you know, hopefully he's going to be able to do that.
Novak, you've kind of joked a little bit this week about working on your French, seeking a professor. Not sure when you have time to study a language and add to your collection, but I'm wondering why it is important for you to be able to do those interviews after the matches in French and speak to the locals in their language, and might we hear an allez from you after a good point next week?
I don't think you'll hear allez, because I mean, I normally kind of encourage myself on my own language, as I've done throughout my career, but I think it's a question of respect. It's a matter of respect, sorry. You know, when you are in a particular country, to try to speak the language of that country, I think it actually allows you also to get closer to people in a way, for people to really, I think, respect you more as well. It's kind of a mutual respect. That's how I see it. I mean, I was always attracted by languages from a very young age, and I was kind of, because I was training in Germany, I had German English in school, and then I learned Italian pretty quickly, and French, decent, Spanish as well. So I think the more languages that you speak, I guess the more respect you're going to get, the more value you will get from the relationships with people and just from your experience in a given country. I know it's not the perfect level, but at least I think when you give an effort, people recognize that, and you try. You give your best.
Hi, Novak. Could you explain a little bit your sleep routine during tournaments, if you do some naps or other things, I don't know, and how do you organize yourself with it?
Well, I mean, sleep is extremely important, probably more important than any other recovery routines that you could do. I'd like to get at least 8.5 hours of sleep a night. I'm pretty deep sleeper, so to say. I don't wake up during the night, so I get everything done in those particular amount of hours that I'm looking for. I mean, especially if you are experiencing some strong physical efforts that on a given day, then your body's asking for more sleep. I think REM sleep is the most important one, between 1 and 4 a.m. So I try to be already in the deep sleep by that time. I don't go too early to sleep, but I also don't go late. So around midnight or something, I try to get those 8-9 hours of beauty sleep. I think that helps a lot with recovery, with feeling good, feeling fresh. Do I get naps? I get if you want to call them, maybe short naps, maybe some meditation stuff that I do during the day, that it's just a kind of a quick reset of energy, 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, depends how much I have. Or sometimes it's just 5 minutes breathing exercises or something that will just recharge me and allow me to have a bit more energy for the rest of the day. Basically, that's the whole routine.